Post Millennial is reporting Tennessee Dems state rep brags about interfering in ICE operations. This is great. We got our girl squad and we're bullying the ICE vehicles and state troopers, Rep Ben said in the video. I can't wait to watch this. Democratic Tennessee state representative garnered sharp criticism on Tuesday after uploading a video of herself attempting to interfere with a recent U.S. Immigration and Customs operation near Nashville. In the video, Rep Afton Ben, Democrat from Nashville, can be observed following federal and state law enforcement officers in a vehicle where Ben stated she had been bullying ICE agents in Tennessee Highway Patrol. Officers in an effort to thwart a May 9th immigration enforcement operation in Madison, Tennessee. This came while ICE had been conducting a week-long targeted immigration enforcement operation to take on significant public safety threats, which resulted in 196 apprehensions. So clearly she did a terrible job. This is Nashville State Representative Afton Ben. She's posted in a 15-minute video of her and a friend stalking the Tennessee Highway Patrol as they carried out official duties, openly admitting they were trying to stall law enforcement from stopping illegal aliens, wrote Republican Tennessee Congressman Andy Ogles on X, who was quick to condemn the rep's actions. Let's be clear, the mayor of Nashville is enabling Nashville liberals to actively obstruct ICE and lawful law enforcement operations. This isn't just reckless, it's aiding and abetting. And yes, it is. Let's watch her doing a crime on the internet.
Okay, this is great. We've got our girl squad and we're bullying the ICE vehicles and state troopers. So this is like, this is a win.
She has a bunch of cats.
Your favorite blonde state rep. Her phone's always at 1%.
She's drunk.
I think my superlative is most likely to always have her phone.
At least give her a
1%.
breathalyzer.
So,
Oh, yeah, true.
She's got the SSRIs.
okay, so we're waiting for my phone to charge. Let me send this to Emily and the girl. There we go.
Oh, she's got to be sauced up.
he
Yeah,
let them
she's
go?
totally hammered.
Us?
Yeah, I think we were.
We live in deeply unserious times.
My life cut
Thankfully,
out. Yeah,
she's
well,
only a
because
state rep.
Your girl can't keep her phone charged.
got
So they're probably
pink
running
leather
our
interior.
information.
Girl boss.
Nikki, tell us what's transpired tonight.
So
Margaritas.
Margaritas and Revolution.
And the THP people, I did not put makeup on because this was not
Okay,
planned.
then I'll put it back.
No, I mean,
you're
it's
good?
fine.
Okay,
It's,
okay.
I've already seen it.
Okay.
We found the ice and the THP people, and then we followed them to the gas station, and I took their spot at the gas station, so I think that made them a little upset. And then I tried to go in the gas station, go to the bathroom, but the gas station people would not let me go, even though I told them I really had to. And then when I got out, they were leaving, so I left too. And then they pulled into another parking
Pink
lot.
hair.
And when I pulled into the other parking lot behind them, then they flicked their lights to pull us over and accused me of running a red light.
So there we are.
So here we are.
Tomato.
Help.
Okay, why do you think that they came up to my side? The state trooper came up to my side of the window and not Nikki's window. Why do you think that happened?
No, I
Also,
think she
she
said
did
the other
not have
one's
to
right.
give
keeps
her
adjusting
ID.
her
Am I
eyebrows.
correct? I know I'm correct.
She's a girl
because
boss.
I asked this
She's a girl
earlier.
boss.
So one, why do you think that the state trooper came up to my window, not Nikki's? And then
Are you
was
on the highway?
did he asked for my ID and Nikki said that wasn't?
And he said it's a lawful order.
It's a
but
lawful
it's
order.
Not.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay,
you have to-
so
Wow.
so that's a crime.
Yep.
And she admitted that she's trying to inhibit the operations of ICE.
Her name is Afton with a Y. You don't need to take her seriously.
Look, no, we need to take her seriously and throw her in
Yeah,
jail.
lock her up.
The seriousness is not is so that way you can put her in jail. If you don't take her serious and say, "Oh, aren't you cute?" and pat her on the head and send her on the way. Look at you being a little resistant.
Throw her in jail and
Throw her in jail.
Lock her up. So a couple of things. One, 100% because she's not driving. So I retract. You don't have to give her a breathalyzer. She's not driving. So at least she's drinking responsibly because she's in the passenger. Number two, though, lock her up, man. She's admitting that she's trying to obstruct them and even saying the things that she did. Because when this story first came across, I was like, maybe she's just like doing one of these things where she's saying she did it, but like in reality, she didn't. And it's just she's trying to be like whatever online activist warrior. But yeah, it seems like they actually are admitting to the things that they did. Like, did it seem like they had a notebook that had some notes? Like the driver of the car was like referring to something that was written down or she was looking at something. But yeah, I say in this case, when someone openly, especially as an elected official, says that they are trying to impede with immigration services, lock them up.
This lady doesn't tip her Uber driver or her Uber Eats driver. And
How can you tell?
you can just tell.
You can tell.
You can tell.
I'm super, I love American people, but like Phil said, at some point we want to win back our country. So send her to Sudan, South Sudan.
Well, she is an American citizen.
I know.
And the process that is due to her is actually different than the process due to criminal aliens.
Yeah, I mean, I want to throw her in jail just for that first line of "We got our girl squad."
I'm sure she's got a coffee cup that says "Keep calm and obstruct ICE."
Something like that. Yeah. I bet she has a TikTok video of what is it? What was it called?
Get ready. She's
icy
got the
boots, icy new boots, or whatever that trend was. When they were like posting, like, this is where ICE is going to be, and we're going to obstruct them, and then people were making like violent threats towards ICE agents. But I also do want to know whose vehicle that was, because did you see that it was custom interior, all pink?
Yeah, her friend had pink hair too.
Yeah, so it could be either one. I hope it's hers though.
Like, she's made like a "Get ready with me. I'm about to go and stage a revolution."
Yeah, icy new boots, man.
Like when you say take them seriously, and I understand what you're saying, but when I see stuff like this, it's so satirical in a way that even movies couldn't have predicted. Idiocracy probably couldn't even have predicted just how stupid things would be. And also, not to be outdone, is the fact that these are the people who talk about no one is above the law. Yep. And when they get caught doing something they're not supposed to do, they'll say that it's the Gestapo and it's the secret police and they're out to get them while committing crimes.
Yeah.
I'm caught between apathy, exhaustion, and annoyance.
Well, out streaming crimes onto the internet.
Yeah.
Very proudly committing crimes. And then again, just like you said, we'll say, it's the Gestapo and Trump's Stasi are out picking up people. And it's like, well, you're literally proud of the fact that you're committing crimes. And to be honest with you, when they do get arrested, they're proud of that too, because we do live in a civilized country where nothing significant is going to happen. So she's actually going to be able to use this, put it on her Instagram, and it'll give her leftist bona fides. And she will be able to be like, look at me, I actually went and did something.
Yeah, a lot of lefties, girl boss types are going to watch this. She's going to get a lot of likes and a lot of views, and everyone's going to do the same. They're all going to follow the trend.
So the good people of Nashville are picking up the tab on her antidepressants and Merlot.
More than likely, yeah.
Oh, guaranteed they are. And in a more serious tone, I do think that something has to be done when, again, the level of someone that is in the know, they are a lawmaker in Tennessee, and they're willfully breaking, with intention, federal law. You have to throw the hammer on them. And you know what? They're going to get their badge that they're a freedom fighter. But I hope that they actually press the issue and charge her with the highest crime possible. Yep. And I would love to see her being perp walked and being like, it wasn't worth it. I should have just served the people that elected me versus people that are here without permission. And let's be very clear about this. ICE has been going after specifically people that have been convicted of horrendous crimes. Yep. So when they're blocking, did you block a rapist from being picked up or someone that killed multiple people? Like, who was it that you're blocking? And so it would be funny to go and look at the 196, I think that's what the number is reported, and see which kind of people did they pick up. And then for her to be like, oh, these are the people that I didn't want to get taken off the streets of the city that I'm serving the people of.
But her party, she is virtue signaling to the revolutionaries who want that, who want her to prevent rapists from being incarcerated or removed, or the useful idiots who just think that everybody's here for a better life and don't understand that the people that are being deported right now are violent criminals.
Yeah, I mean, look, that was in the first paragraph that the people that were being picked up by ICE, they were significant public safety threats, 196 of them. So you're talking about actual criminals. So hashtag I saved a rapist.
Exactly.
Good job, dude. Sweetheart. Let's watch this video. Rep. Andy Ogle said, is aiding and abetting illegal aliens to evade law enforcement a crime? Secretary Noem says, yes. I will be formally requesting that the Judiciary and Homeland Security Committees investigate Mayor Freddie O'Connell and Nashville city officials for their repeated obstruction of ICE.
Instead of thanking you and your leadership and thanking the president, the mayor of Nashville criticized and attacked law enforcement verbally. He then instructed members of law enforcement to report any communication with federal authorities. He then directed the Police Community Oversight Board to direct citizens to file complaints against law enforcement if they cooperate with federal law enforcement. Considering we've seen a 400% increase against federal law enforcement, do these types of statements and actions by a municipal leader concern you?
Yes, absolutely. They perpetuate the violence against law enforcement officers. And what happens many times then is that our agents within the Department of Homeland Security go into situations with no backup, with no local response of people who know the communities, know the routes, the roads, or the needs to emergency services that may be there. So it absolutely makes them much more vulnerable to a situation to which their lives could be in jeopardy.
Yes, ma'am. And if a municipal leader is found to be aiding and abetting illegal immigrants to evade federal law enforcement, would that be a criminal act?
Yes, I believe it would, sir.
And if elected officials impede ICE or Homeland Security in doing their job and pursuing illegal immigrants, would that be a criminal act?
I believe so.
Madam Secretary and Mr. Chairman, I will be asking the Committee of Homeland Security and Judiciary to be looking into the mayor of Nashville and any collusion or impeding of federal authorities and conducting their work in the city of Nashville. I would also encourage this committee and judiciary to look at other leaders, municipal leaders across the country, as they obstruct this administration, this Madam Secretary and her employees in doing their constitutional job, which is uphold the rule of law. Madam Secretary, I thank you and I yield back.
So, I mean, it would be nice to think that there's actually going to be some repercussions for this, but I mean, what do we think? Do we think that this is actually going to produce fruit?
It could be the very first time ever that I've been alive that the 80-20 or the 70-30 issue that the American people want gets handled, where it's 66% wants them to be gone, because the government doesn't do what people want. This might be the very first time, maybe, if they just do it, crack down, arrest them, put them in jail. Nobody cares. You break the law, you break the law.
Well,
it'd be nice.
This is actually talking about city officials and going after the mayor.
Yeah, well, same thing. Same.
Well, I mean, I don't know that the mayor actually was doing the obstructing.
Well, if they are, I'm saying.
Yeah. I think it's a different issue. But to answer the question, I think that this administration will probably be the only one, and maybe future, but that's a different conversation, but be the only one that would actually try and hold people accountable. I think this administration is all about that. If you look at what they've already done, the question is, why don't we do more of it?
Yeah.
Right now, there's the cynic that says, well, it's because everyone in the government's all dirty, all politicians are dirty, and it's all one big game and you're not in it. That's one way to look at it. The way that I actually look at it from a political standpoint is it's unpopular to go and arrest people if they can spin a narrative that you're attacking them for political purposes, right? That doesn't really work well with the American people. If they think that you are going after someone, even if you have a stack of evidence, the reality is it will seem like you're going after them for political purposes. But I think that we don't need to care about that as long as truth is on our side to a certain level. But there are trade-offs, because you can be the righteous warrior that has truth on your side and still lose power politically. Thomas Sowell talks about this all the time, is that the reason why political leaders make actions that they do is because they don't have to stand up to the consequences as long as they're able to convince the people that this is good for them now. And so there is a part of me that does believe that this administration is actually doing it. They're doing the work, but there's a way that you have to assuage it. And I think that all of this, when you put it in its greater context, you go after the people that are dirtbag criminals that are here illegally, so you can set the framing of like, this is why we're going after them. And then you look at the polling and it shows that the American people still do support this deportation. And then you do the other little carrots out there that are like, hey, we just had our first, plane ride of people that self-deported. Yay. You guys see that? Yeah. When they were like out there, like pumping that up. So all of those things I think are all part of it, to be able to say that the American people want accountability. And I think in the case of this state rep, not necessarily the mayor, I don't know all the details behind the Nashville mayor and what they've said or done, but the state rep, I think that they have enough of them admitting it that you should be able to arrest. And it's not going to be like, oh, you're just going after because she's a Democrat. But that's to me is the way to look at it, is the action doesn't happen if politically it can be very disadvantageous to us on the right.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. There is a lot of. I think I said this last night. Public opinion really does a lot to cover for whether or not a specific policy is actually legal or not. If you have the backing of the people, the government is absolutely able to do things that are technically illegal. If you don't have the backing of the people, even doing legal things is really, really, really hard.
The Patriot Act.
Yeah, I mean, there you go.
Well, Tim talks about that, right? Like he said it before numerous times. The law doesn't matter. It's about social enforcement.
Yep.
Is the society going to stand for it? If the answer is no, it doesn't matter how many laws you say are being broken. Does society accept it to be a thing or not? And so, but that's why I think ultimately the reason why we don't see the type of arrest that all of us on the right want to see is because societally, there are people that are just like, nope, that's a fascist move, and we have to convince enough people, man.
Well, and a lot of it is historically taking place in deep blue cities where they're going to get a lot of pushback anyways, right? The people that are voting for it are not the ones living in those cities, so you're going to come into a bunch of pushback the second you go in and try to do that, and it's going to be seen as a show of force, and people they're not going to like it.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.